Let me know your scent of the day down below. Mine's gonna be one of these cuties right here. And I have not counted, and I have a bunch of stuff coming, but I feel like we're, with the stuff coming, cresting around 350 fragrances. Now, if someone were to say to me, SOS, out of all of these fragrances, which 10 would you rebuy right now if you had to? I'm gonna start a collection with the 10 you tell me to buy. We're gonna have some honorable mentions, and I'm gonna have one that's questionable, that I don't recommend necessarily. So let's just jump into it. If that sounds good to you, that flipping sounds good to me. Now, the first one I'm gonna say is more of a cautionary one, because it's on a lot of lists, especially when you first get into fragrances. Everyone talks about it. Oh, it's so unbelievable, so high quality. Every single time you wear it, women are gonna be falling all over you. They're gonna make it seem like it induces those type of emotions. And although it's wonderful, and although it smells high quality, it's pretty manly. It's extremely manly. And I know a lot of young guys get it, and they're like, oh, I was not expecting this. And of course we're talking about Bentley Intense for men. I just wanted to start it off so you didn't have to get like 7-8 fragrances into the video and then start writing me down below. What about Bentley Intense for men? I heard it's the best fragrance ever. You cannot start a collection without Bentley Intense for men. All capital letters. Those are my favorite flipping comments. Never buy this fragrance. I love when I see those comments, because depending on what type of mood I'm in, my reactions vary like the flipping breeze, baby. I might pull an extremely sarcastic joke on you, or I might start ripping into you. But this is one of those ones, like I said, I feel like a lot of young guns, they get into fragrances, they start watching list videos, all-time best fragrances, and they see this on there, and they're like, well, I gotta get it. And that's basically the reason I got it too. I remember I watched a video where Aaron Terrence Hughes smelled it, and he's like, oh yeah, it smells like a rich guy getting into a Bentley or something with like poodles that came straight from the groomer, expensive wife. I forget all the flipping adjectives he used, but needless to say, it won me over, and I went out and I got Bentley Intense for Men. Then I smelled it, and I was like, oh, okay, smells like leather. Yeah, it smells expensive. It smells like a very rich guy would be wearing this. He described it accurately. It's just not for me. Especially with new frag heads, a lot of them tend to like sweet fragrances, blue fragrances, freshies. Usually you gotta smell a bunch of those, and after you smell a bunch of redundancy with a bunch of the big designers and stuff, then you start going down deeper in the rabbit hole with stuff that just starts smelling weird or whatever. But anyways, this one, again, to me it smells like leather. It smells boozy, leathery, it smells like a man. So if you're like, I don't know, anything less than a full-blown man with like multiple bank accounts, like a whole full life, kids, like everything going on, as flippin' George would say.
They're men with jobs, Jerry. They wear suits and ties. They're married. They have secretaries.
But anyways, you get my point. You get my point. A lot of young bucks buy this, and then they come to me and they see one of my videos or my shorts, and they're like, you're right. It's too manly. I don't know when I'm gonna wear it. It smells nice. That's the thing. I like it. It does smell nice. I don't think I once didn't say it smells nice. It smells nice. It just smells very manly, and I don't find times to wear it. I wore it a lot when I first got it, because it was like the second or third fragrance I got, so I'm like, oh, I'm stuck with this. I just spent money. I might as well use it a bit, but now that I have more fragrances, I don't ever wear it. But I'll sniff it, though. I'll sniff it sometimes. All right, let's get to the first real one. If you guys can hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. We're trying to get to 1,900 flipping billion subscribers, and I cannot do it without you guys, because I'm trying to do it in the next hour here. My wife's at the gym. I'd like to have 1,900 billion subscribers by the time she gets home, and I can be like, look, surprise! I have 1,900 billion subscribers now. I'm bigger than Mr. Beast, and nobody knows my face. It's the best of both worlds. I could buy a jet, and nobody knows me. But I appreciate every single one of you. I love every single one of you. Oh, and I was gonna start with a random one, but we just might as well start with the king because it's not on its throne. But that's the first one, in case we forgot the plot of the video. It's the 10 fragrances that I need. 10. My whole collection. These are the 10 that I would tell someone to get. And obviously the first one would be the king. How could it not be? He literally sits on a throne in every single flipping video on this channel. I mean, it's not that complicated here. So needless to say, in case you're still not catching on, I love it. I really love it. It's my favorite fragrance. I don't know, it was maybe like the 15th fragrance I'd smelled in this whole little new mess of fragrances. I went to the Sephora and I sprayed like the whole flipping wall on me. I mean, I say it every time. I must look so ridiculous in there. I'm like a rabid dog. Like spraying everything. I'm like, oh, the new this, the new that, blah, blah. Because I don't really smell the designers unless I go to a store. Because the way the channel has lined up, I have not allocated the funds to designers. I've allocated them to $14 inspos. But hey, you know, why not? But anyways, my point is that when I'm in those environments, I spray every single fragrance. And this is the one that stood out. This is the one that immediately when I sprayed it on, I'm like, I need a full bottle. I immediately went home and like looked for a full bottle. The flipping king, sweet, fruity, florally. I mean, it's almost impossible to describe unless you go smell it. And then you'll decide if you like it or not. That's the easiest way. You'll either smell it and you'll go, oh yeah, okay, I kind of see what he's saying. I see why he likes it. Or you'll smell it and you'll go, what? And yeah, I've been wearing a lot of the little 1910 since I got this little sample. It's great. In the air, it smells like the exact same fragrance. Didn't last as long, but still relatively beastly. For whatever reason, the King like sticks to me. I could smell it, especially if I spray it on my hair and on my clothes. I'm getting whiffs of it all day. But the 1910 is doing pretty good. I'm still experimenting with it before I do a nice little short with El Rey and La Uno Million Elixir. We all go back and forth. But all right, let's go to the next one here. This is actually, yeah, this is probably like the 4th or 5th fragrance I bought when I just started buying fragrances. But I still hadn't fully given into buying fragrances. I thought I was just gonna have like, I don't know, like maybe like 10. And I remember this is actually one of the first ones I hid from my wife. I like went to the mailbox in like a funny way and I like grabbed it while I was walking the dog and then like opened the box while I was walking the dog and like sprayed it and smelled it. I mean, I must have looked ridiculous. 10 o'clock at night walking around the neighborhood like spraying on this fragrance and trying to sniff it, see what it smells like before I go inside. And then obviously the second I walk inside, my wife was like, "Are you covered in a fragrance?" When did that happen? And I'm like, what do you mean? But of course we're talking about Jacquard Noir. What else would it be? If you're gonna sneak around, you might as well sneak around with the flipping best, baby. Oh my God, I love this one. This is just such a trip. Like I said recently, I had a relative come and see my collection. Well, they didn't come over to see my collection. They were over and they saw my collection. And after 20 minutes of them trying to wrap their mind around that I wasn't selling these and this wasn't a store, like these are actually mine, and like I wear these. They're like so confused. They thought like people would come into my house and like buy these or something. I'm like, no, I don't have like a warehouse in the back of 10,000 fragrances. But anyways, this is one of the ones I immediately popped the cap of and made them smell. I'm like, you want to smell the 80s? Here you go. And they immediately agreed. They were like, oh my God, flipping 80s right there. And it just is. It's the barbershop 1980s, like immediately. Crazy. This fragrance is a time machine. It's the closest I've seen. I know there's some funny business out there. Jack on the Titanic was a flipping time traveler or something. There's some crazy stuff going on out there, but this is a legitimate time machine. You smell it? You're in the 1980s. It's just, that's how it works. And this is an honorable mention, even though it's not on the list, but it should be, but I restricted myself to 10. But Tommy, I mean, it's just the straight up 90s. This is the 80s, this is the 90s. This is a 90s time machine. This one immediately just takes me back to the 90s. Not necessarily barbershop, just it's the 90s version of a freshie. And it's just so good still. I absolutely love Tommy. Oh my God. Some people say, I think it was King, or his wife thinks it smells like rancid water. No, I think it smells amazing. And Jacquard Noir, to me, still smells like Jacquard Noir. Like, yeah, I guess it's not as strong anymore. Cool, because they're probably not using like 19 animal byproducts or whatever. So yeah, I'm sure it's a little weaker these days, but it's probably a little bit more humane. So it's okay, because it smells the same. To me, it smells the same. When I smell it, I smell Jacquard Noir. I mean, there's so many classics too. All right, let me pop out all the honorable mentions just in like one shot here. Milestone, so anything Millesime Imperial, or also anything Green Irish Tweed. Super staple. It didn't make it into the top 10. Same thing with El Neshama. Absolutely love it, but I don't know, it just did not make it into the top 10. Although, I don't know, it's a pretty tough, this would probably be 11 to be honest with you. And this would be 12, like 11, 12, 13, like, so we could do that here. 14, so we have our top 10 list, and that's fierce if you didn't know. Nautica Classic, so we have our top 10, and this would probably be, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. That would probably be that. Fierce is a time machine to the early 2000s. I made my wife just smell this 2 days ago, and immediately she said, oh my God, Hollister, I'm in the mall, oh my, that's so crazy. I was like, yep, it literally, if you were alive at that time, and you were going to malls, which you probably were, even if you were a grandma at that time, you were going to the malls in the 2000s, because that was still one of the things to do in the early 2000s. But anyways, this immediately, because I think this came out in 02, if I'm not mistaken, it transports you right to 02. Flipping crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. And Nautica Classic's just classic. I mean, look how much of this bottle I've dusted off, and this is like bottle 3 already. And this goes down as low as like $10. I mean, slamming deal. So fresh, so clean, so classic too. Just smells delicious. It just smells amazing. But I don't think it smells outdated at all. Like, this could come out tomorrow, and you would just think like, oh yeah, some Mazzaro Chrome or whatever. A Chrome could be on this list too. Chrome would be number 60. Mercedes-Benz Club Black smells like a vanilla candle. Absolutely love it. Oh, Jamie, did you get yours yet? You must have gotten it, and you must have not agreed it smells like a vanilla candle, because I think you would have written me. But let me know. I absolutely love Mercedes-Benz Club Black. It's one of my favorites. And then El Neshama, much sweeter take on Initio Paragon. I love that little plum in that El Neshama. And then Milestone, it's Millesime Imperial. To me, I get like a salty watermelon. I love that salty watermelon. I think it's wonderful. Beautiful fragrance. I was a little underwhelmed the first time I got it. That's why it's on the top 10. But the more I smell it, the more it's become like kind of a summer staple for me. So that's 11 through 15 right there. And all right, we already did 3 of the main list here. So let's go to number 4. And it's got to be Versace Pour Homme. And it just eked out the Missoni wave. Like, I was going back and forth, but I think at the end of the day, because like I'm saying, if I had to pick 10, just straight up 10, I don't know. I get, for some reason, my brain picked it, but as I'm looking at them now, the Missoni Wave's looking at me like, why, bro? What are you talking about? I'm definitely better. But I don't know. Yeah, it's tough. It's really tough. But I think at the end of the day, I would have done what I did in real life, which was buy the Versace first, and then eventually have gotten the Missoni. And they both just smell like clean laundry. To me, the Missoni smells a little bit more like citrusy clean laundry. The Versace smells a little bit more like the fabric softener after the clean laundry, or like the dryer sheet or whatever. But just amazing, super versatile, signature scent worthy, office worthy, date worthy, gym worthy, anything. These are just amazing, versatile fragrances that I love, and the Versace would be on the top 10 list. All right, so far we got the King, we got Jacquard Noir, and we got Versace Pour Homme. That's a pretty good start. That's a pretty good start. Let's keep it rolling. I think next one would have to be something in the Scandal scent profile. And I love the OGs too. I have samples, I think, of all of them now, thanks to Mike Jones. I really appreciate you, brother. And like I said, if I was buying designers on this channel, you'd replace this bottle with a real bottle of Scandal. I just haven't gotten a full bottle yet. But Chic Al Shayouk Supreme Latafa, nice $19 alternative. Smells amazing. Absolutely love it. To me, all the Scandals kind of have a similar through line to it, this creamy orange vibe, because it's orange with caramel. And I love it. I think it's beautiful. This one is more the plum. Some have a plum, some have an orange. To me, when I smell them all, like, it's very slight variations. Like, yeah, they're a little bit different. I know the connoisseurs will be like, come on, bro, they're completely different. But to me, they're very similar, and I just really like the Supreme. And I'd get this one over the Odyssey Mandarin Sky. Again, if I'm just picking my 10 right here, although I love the Odyssey Sky, that one is slightly more orangey, and I do like it. I love it, but if I'm, like I said, if I'm just narrowing it down to 10, this is the one I pulled off the shelf. So I'd get the Supreme because I just really like that Scandal DNA. I think it's really interesting. It's unique. And I wore it a lot this past year. And I mean, I narrowed 350 fragrances down to 10. So it's one of the ones I picked. There it is. Next one up. Probably a divisive one because to some people, they love it. Yeah, I mean, pretty much just smelled like a cigarette right there when I smelled it. So if you want to smell like a cigarette or yesterday's party, Untold, Club de Nuit, the safest thing to do is just get on your scooter or your Vespa if you got it like that, and you go down to the mall and you smell the real deal. Go smell BR540, and if you like it, well then Untold's here. And it's great. But it could usually kind of get up there in price. But again, I'm kind of also going the way I did it in real life. Like, yeah, I have more inspos of BR540 now, like Latafa, Anabayat, Rouge. But that one's like $14 or whatever. Slamming deal. But I bought this one first, and again, if I was rebuying or whatever, this would still be the one I rebought first. Because I like the bottle, I like the whole presentation. Some people might think it's gaudy or whatever. I think it's great. And I personally like the way BR540 smells. It's something about that saffron. Some people will say like a sugary burnt cotton candy. I like to say yesterday's party. My wife will say it's just straight up cigarettes in her hair from yesterday's party. Which also reminds her of like the Bellagio in Las Vegas. Also a high-end hotel mixed into the whole experience. It's a trip. That's why I'm saying the easiest thing to do, go smell the OG. And if you like it, well then Untold's here. All right, next one up. It's a staple. It's a classic. It's amazing. And I love it. And it's actually pretty beastly on me. Quite beastly on me, to be honest. It's so good. I want to get the Intensely. I smelled it recently again, and I reminded myself of how much I love it. But OG Stronger With You, and you can look out, you can get some good deals. The 50 ml, I paid $30 for it. And I've seen recently full 100 ml bottles for $60. So same price I paid. But I love this. To me, this is also super versatile. I know some people will be like, oh, you can't wear it in the heat. I mean, yeah, over 80, no. But the OG has some whiffs of aromaticness in it that lets you wear it in much more situations that you would think you'd be able to. This seems like it would just be like straight like winter or date night or something. But like, no, this is versatile. Office date, the gym. Like I'm saying, pretty much to 80 degrees, you could be wearing Stronger With You. You would just be smelling great. And I personally love it. And although I had smelled the scent profile before I got this particular bottle, because I had CR7 Game On before, I had just never smelled an actual Stronger With You. So when I got this, I was like, oh, okay, yeah, CR7 Game On. But then I realized like how much beastlier the OG is. This one just sticks to me for some reason. I don't know if I got some crazy batch or whatever, but when I spray it on my clothes and on my hair, it's there, it's stuck. And even on skin, this one does real well for me for some reason. And as a layering tool, oh my God, I want to get the Intensely as well. But anyways, OG Strong With You definitely would be on the list. We're 5 in already. The King, Jacquard Noir, Versace Pour Homme, Scandal DNA, and Stronger With You. We're doing pretty well. We're doing pretty well. Now, my next one would be a little bit divisive, I guess, because a lot of you would not agree, and my wife would definitely not pick this one. She doesn't like the scent profile, but I love it. Maj Appletini or Apple Brandy by Killian. On the Rocks. I guess Killian is taking an ice bath. It should be Apple Brandy on the Rocks. They messed up on the little font there. I hope that guy got to keep his job, though. Killian's On the Rocks signature reconstructs this all-American liqueur. On the Rocks Accord, which I'm assuming is ice. Apple and brandy. Apple and brandy. Yeah, I love this fragrance. This is one of those ones where it's funny. The dry down of the Maj is basically the same fragrance, and the Maj actually lasts longer. which is kind of funny. But you just cannot beat the opening of the OG. The first at least 10 minutes, maybe 15, 20, it is just magic. There's something about how they do the woodiness with the oak barrels that when you smell them side by side, you could tell what I'm talking about. The quality of the OG is just so much better. And the opening, only in the opening though, when you get to the dry down, it's basically the same fragrance. And in the air, they basically smell the same. Like if you just sprayed this in the air, you'd be like, oh yeah, it's apple brandy. Like, or on the rocks, because I know there's an original apple brandy, which I have not smelled. But yeah, it definitely has the same profile, but more on the dry down. And like I'm saying, when you smell the opening of this one, it's just, it's so luxurious. It's so rich. It's so beautiful. I personally love it. To me, it's literally as advertised. Apples and brandy, yeah, aging oak barrels, kind of the vibe I get. But I love the same profile, me personally. But just because the word apple is in the title doesn't mean you'll like it. Like I'm saying, it's got its own vibe. It's pretty woody. It's not like appley fresh. It's like appley woody with body on it, baby. So you gotta kind of be into that. And like I'm saying, my wife doesn't like it, so it's not for everybody. But let's keep it moving on. The next one would be one of the Camras, because I love Camra, and I got the OG Camra right at the beginning. But I think I pulled out both of these, but I think at the end of the day, I probably would have been more swayed by the Kawa. Just the sound of it. Like looking at the notes of this one, even though I actually really liked this one, this is the most manly of the scent profile, even though they're all very similar. But seeing the notes of this one with the pimento pepper and stuff, like I did in real life, would have bought this last. And Kawa wasn't out when I bought Camra. And if they were both out at the time, I probably just would have bought Kawa, because if I would have watched all the videos, most people say they dry down the same. This one just opens with a little bit of coffee. So might as well have a slightly different opening if we're both gonna end up at the same destination. So I probably would have got the Kawa. And that's the one that I would tell this fictional person that was standing in front of my collection to get, Kawa. Because I like the little coffee opening, and I think it's great. But the Ducan's great too. If those notes seem more appealing to you, then okay. But they smell pretty similar. Just, yeah, the Ducan's like a tiny bit spicier. The cinnamon's like toned down a tiny little bit, but still the overall cinnamony Camra DNA, whether it says cinnamon or not. All right, we're almost done. We got 2 left, and this one, I mean, this one's got to be here. It's just a super versatile banger. Any season, any situation, office day at the gym, dumb reach, smelling good all the time. Polo 67, EDP in particular. I love it. I think it's amazing. I think Ralph Lauren knocked it out of the park. It's one of my favorite fragrances. Top 3 even, maybe. I don't know. It's amazing. It's beautiful. And I talk about it in a lot of videos, so we don't gotta talk about it much more. Absolutely love it. And right before the last one, another quick honorable mention, because it just caught my eye, but Honor and Glory. Absolutely love Honor and Glory. Although I don't wear it often, I sniff it often. I love the way it smells. I love popping the cap and sniffing that fragrance. And when someone saw my collection recently, that was one of the caps I popped for them. All right, last one up. I would have not thought so by the notes, especially not by the notes. And then how people talk about it, bubblegum, this and that, I've been like, what is anyone talking about right here? Then you smell it, and you realize how versatile and how amazing and how classic it is, and why it has 15 flippin' flankers, and why it's been out for so long, and why it still sells so many units. It's because it's amazing. OG Invictus, absolutely love it. There's just something about it. Me personally, I love the scent profile. It's another one. Office day at the gym, signature scent worthy. You can wear it all year. This could be your one and only fragrance. You could hold your head up high with a nice designer flipping Paco here. You'll be smelling good. And the performance on this, to me, is amazing. I get slamming performance. And I love the way it smells. And although the first time I smelled it, I didn't like immediately get that bubblegum. Like it took a second to like, for my brain to calibrate like, okay, this is the bubblegum kind of vibe they're going for. But it does somehow open up into this funny little bubblegum opening, and then it dries down into Invictus, which is amazing. It's fresh, aquatic, clean, delicious, and this is a great layering tool also. I think this with Versace Port Homme, oh my God, boom, crazy, flipping crazy reaction. In terms of longevity, not in terms of women falling all over me. That's just anytime I leave my house, which is why I don't leave my house. But anyways, I absolutely love this fragrance. That was my flipping 10 right there, which we ended up talking about like 20 fragrances. But I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. Hope you're having a beautiful, blessed day. Hope this video made you smile. If you did, hit all those buttons. That would make me smile. Hit that hype button. Appreciate every subscriber, all the members. I love you guys. Hope you have a nice holiday season. Be tolerant with your family. I know it's easier said than done. I could barely handle 5 minutes around my family. But it's one of those things you look back on later and you're like, I should have been nicer. But anyways, I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. Have a beautiful, blessed day. And bye for now, baby.